So, is anyone gonna tell me what the is going on in Hollywood? Like, what's in the water? What are they drinking? Because look at Miley Cyrus. Look at these celebrities. Look at them. Is it me or something is like totally off about their looks? They don't even look like themselves. They don't even look like them at this point.
I have one question and one question only. Who is this person? Who is this person? Because it is not Kelly Osbourne. Who? Ain't no way.
What is this? This is a new Gucci ad. What is happening? Look at the eyes. She doesn't even have that sparkle in her eyes like she did before. There's like some kind of evil that we're starting to see because we're not recognizing these people anymore.
People think beauty standards are evolving. But what if instead of evolving, they're actually being engineered, one face at a time, into something not meant to look human? Something strange is happening to these celebrities, and pretending it's just a trend is almost insulting at this point. These changes aren't organic, they're manufactured. And the women wearing these faces? They don't look young, they don't look old, they don't even look real. Hollywood used to reward individuality, quirks, asymmetry, expression, warmth. Now it rewards silence, smoothness, stillness, faces that look like they were rendered, not born. And as soon as you see someone who looks like this, your brain knows something is wrong immediately. Celebrities, child stars, influencers, they're all being funneled into the same aesthetic pipeline, emerging on the other side looking like variations of the same eerie prototype. Perfect, but dead behind the eyes, pretty, but unrecognizable, almost human, but not quite. If Hollywood's biggest faces suddenly stop looking human, you have to ask yourself, who benefits from making them look this way? And what is the agenda behind it? Maybe this is a slow, controlled shift in what the public accepts as a human face. Because if you can get millions of people to normalize faces that don't move right, don't age right, don't emote right, then you can normalize anything. Here are some reasons why this shift might be happening. 1. Desensitization. If the public slowly adjusts to people who look synthetic, hypersculpted, uncanny, then when actual synthetic individuals enter the industry, AI-generated actors, digital doubles, and programmable personalities, nobody blinks. They've been conditioned for it. 2. Control over identity. A human face has history, ancestry, individuality. A standardized face? It can be replicated, replaced, rebranded, manipulated. If every star begins to look like the same prototype, then Hollywood decides who gets that face and who loses it. 3. The perfect spokesperson. A natural face is unpredictable. A surgically standardized one? That's a controlled vessel, the perfect host for messaging, branding, political influence, and corporate agendas. If the person behind the face becomes less recognizable, less expressive, less human, then the face becomes the priority, not the person. They become interchangeable pieces of a machine. 4. They're preparing us to look like this. Not through surgery necessarily, but through starvation, stress, malnutrition, economic collapse, and constant pressure to shrink ourselves down. Hollywood isn't just changing the faces of celebrities, it's conditioning the public to accept a future where the ideal human is frail, depleted, compliant, and easier to manage. Celebrities are simply the test subjects, the prototypes displayed on a global stage. If society gets used to seeing women and men who look underfed, overworked, expressionless, and eerily uniform, then slowly, the standard shifts. What once looked unnatural starts to look healthy. What once looked alarming starts to look aspirational. And meanwhile, the public becomes easier to weaken, easier to distract, easier to control. Because a population that's starving, physically, emotionally, psychologically, is a population that doesn't fight back. They don't rebel, they don't resist, they don't question who is shaping them or why. 5. Maybe these celebrities aren't even themselves anymore. What if the reason they look almost human is because they're not? Whether it's AI-trained digital doubles, deep fake replacements, body doubles with reconstructed faces, or the darkest possibility, full biological replicas built to maintain the brand while the real person disappears from public view. Cloning technology already exists, And Hollywood has always been years ahead of what the public believes is possible. Think about it. If an actor becomes too difficult, too outspoken, too unpredictable, or too aware of the machine around them, it's a lot easier to replace them than to manage them. A clone doesn't complain. An AI-generated persona doesn't age. A manufactured substitute doesn't leak secrets, doesn't break contracts, and doesn't rebel. Now that we've laid out the possibilities, let's look at a few examples.
It's really getting creepy at this point, you all, because what happened to Mandy Moore? Who is this on the right? That is the Mandy Moore I remember. You know, the Mandy Moore that was in a movie like A Walk to Remember. Because this doesn't even look like the same person at all. Like, what is going on anymore in Hollywood? And for people claiming that it's just age, this was from earlier this year, back in April of 2025. So again, what is going on here? Because this looks like a different person right here compared to the current version. I don't know. You tell me what is going on, because again, there is something weird going on in Hollywood with all of these celebrities looking different. What exactly could be causing this? Maybe it's just them aging, right? Right?
They got him. They got him good. Hollywood is literally playing Pokemon Go with their celebrities. I don't know how. There's only a select few of us who can see the change and what's going on here. But this is not the Ryan Seacrest I remember. What's going on, dude? Who are you, man? This is an infiltrator. This is the Ryan Seacrest I remember from American Idol. Full of light, full of personality, humanism, you know? Is it something more sinister than plastic surgery and Botox, you guys? Because yes, they are unrecognizable on the outside, but it's what I'm feeling in my soul when I'm seeing these pictures and videos. I feel a darkness, I feel a void. And like I've said in many of my videos, you guys, the eyes are the windows to the soul, where once there is light, there is complete void. There is nothing behind these eyes. What is going on with these Hollywood celebrities? Because it feels so off to me.
So when did they switch out Selena Gomez? Because who the heck is this, y'all?
Which one of your songs gets you moving and grooving when you're on your own?
That is not something I do often. You know, I will say when I'm with my sister or we're in the car, sometimes like Who Says is one of the songs but I was 16 and that's more of a nostalgic feeling. But no.
Why does she sound like she's speaking through a speaker box, right? It sounds like she's speaking through a speaker box, and look at her eyes. I don't know about y'all, but something's not making right. Something's not adding up, man. Look at it. What is going on here? Look at the eyes. It looks put together. Y'all see this? What is Hollywood doing to these people?
Those were just a few examples, but it's not just a few celebrities here and there. It's an entire network of them. And a new one seems to be added to the list every day. Kelly Osbourne used to have that round, expressive, very human softness to her features. But recently, her face has tightened into something eerily sculpted. Cheekbones sharpened. Her eyes are a different shape. It's as if her bone structure has fundamentally changed. People chalk it up to weight loss, but anyone with eyes can see it. She doesn't look like the same person. Meghan Trainor's transformation is something a lot of people look past because she lost a lot of weight, so it's easy to blame the change in appearance on that. But if you look closely, she isn't the same. It's as if she's been replaced. Her face has a new shape. The hypersymmetric nose, the tightened jaw, the expressionless face, the same template we're seeing across Hollywood. Britney Spears is the textbook example of a face that no longer belongs to the person wearing it. Compare early Britney expressive eyes, softness, and emotion to recent footage where she looks hollow, uncanny, almost puppet-like. People debate whether it's trauma, surgery, or body doubles. But one thing is clear. That is not the Britney the world knew. And of course, this list wouldn't be complete without mentioning Ariana Grande and her co-star Cynthia Erivo. It's the exact same uncanny look spreading across Hollywood right now. Some people say it's the pressure to stay youthful. Some blame it on plastic surgery or Ozempic, but it goes much deeper than that, because these changes aren't random, and they're not happening in isolation. They're happening to multiple celebrities across multiple industries, all at the exact same time. It's almost as if Hollywood isn't trying to preserve youth, but trying to erase humanity. trying to erase what it means to look human. This isn't all an accident, and it's not even the celebrities themselves choosing to look like this. For as long as Hollywood has existed, people have believed it was a place of creativity, rebellion, and personal expression. A dream factory where stars were born and stories came to life. But that was never true. Behind the curtain is a force far more powerful than studios or producers. It's the government and the intelligence agencies that operate in its shadows. Because Hollywood was never just an entertainment industry. It has always been a psychological tool. During World War II, Hollywood didn't just support the war effort, it merged with it. The Office of War Information reviewed scripts, rewrote plots, and approved storylines that aligned with U.S. propaganda goals. If a film didn't send the right message, it didn't get made. From that moment on, the government understood something. Movies are weapons of influence. Celebrities are messengers. And the audience? They're the targets. The CIA also has a long and documented history with Hollywood. Former CIA directors have openly admitted the agency has active relationships with screenwriters, producers, and executives. But what the CIA does quietly, the Department of Defense does openly. Every time a movie uses military equipment, military bases, or military personnel, the Pentagon gains script approval. Billions of dollars in production value hinge on Pentagon cooperation, which means studios give up creative control to secure it. Over time, this shaped how America views its own government, its wars, its heroes, and its enemies. And this is where the intelligence agency to PR firm pipeline comes in. There is a revolving door between intelligence officers, government advisors, political strategists, and Hollywood PR firms. PR firms handle the celebrity image. Intelligence groups shape the underlying narrative, and think tanks decide the psychological impact. Celebrities are not independent artists, they're assets in a much larger network. Their faces, their words, their breakdowns, their rebellions, even their scandals all serve a purpose. Their influence is too valuable to be left unmanaged. A celebrity doesn't need talent to influence the public. They only need a face people recognize, a persona people trust, and a message people absorb without questioning. If the government has invested decades into controlling narratives, would they really leave the faces delivering those narratives untouched? Of course not, because identity is the final frontier of influence. The reason so many celebrities now share the same strange features, the hollow cheeks, stretched eyes, perfect symmetry, expressionless masks, is because they're being standardized. A standardized face is easier to photograph, market, digitally replicate, deepfake, easier to replace and easier to control. It's not about beauty. It's about interchangeability. These are not side effects of bad plastic surgery or weight loss injections. They're design choices. A population that idolizes inhuman beauty standards is a population that feels inferior, becomes more compliant, becomes easier to manipulate, and becomes more open to post-human ideals. Because that's the end game, weakening the public's connection to their own humanity. This is why the almost human aesthetic is being pushed so aggressively right now. And this is why it coincides perfectly with increased surveillance, digital identity programs, facial recognition databases, biometric tracking, and psychological conditioning at a global scale. The standardization of celebrity faces is the visual signature of a system tightening its grip. Hollywood was never free. Celebrities were never independent. And beauty standards were never accidental. The changing faces of celebrities are not a glitch in the system. They are the proof of the system. A system that is no longer hiding what it's becoming. And the real question isn't what happened to them? It's what happens to us when we accept this as the new normal. If you've watched this far, thank you. It tells me you're one of the few people still willing to look past the surface and question a world that depends on your silence. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think these celebrities changed on their own? Or is something bigger happening behind the scenes? If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Stay aware, stay curious, and most importantly, stay human. I'll see you in the next video.